Hey everybody, welcome to our podcast. This is the first episode of Let's Be Real. We are gonna be the usual cast of the podcast. Let's introduce ourselves. I am Nodo. Maybe you'll know me as Dot16 from the subreddit. We are all the subreddit dwellers here. So introduce yourselves, guys. Okay, this is Ria.
Hi.
First of all,
Okay.
let's start off with Ria.
Hi, I'm Ria, and I'm another Madrista here, and we are going to speak about all the games and everything stuff. So, hope you all have fun.
Okay. Next off, we have Ritwik.
Hi guys. I'm Ritvik, and I think you all gonna enjoy our content because we're very, very smart.
And lastly, Sinead. Sinead is the man who actually brought us here. You may have seen his post regarding the original post where he was looking for people on the subreddit to actually make all of this happen. So nothing would be possible without him. So
That's too much.
Good.
You gotta commit.
are you guys excited? I know I am, especially after that Celta game. You know that
Yes.
that was
Definitely.
something else. You
That
know.
was
Uh,
great match.
That was the goal, you know.
I mean, we have been. I'm not gonna say. Like we have been like amazing or something. We kind of were, you know. It's just our defense is lacking, but our offense is just on point. You know, Carlo Ancelotti has
That was always the
done.
case with Ancelotti, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. Like Zidane's second stint was, you know, it was decent. We won La Liga, we won Super Copa, but
Yeah.
you know, second year was.
It was held back. Zidane's, especially second stint.
Yeah, you know, he focused on he focused a lot on defense, but he didn't really do much in offense, like at all. It was just
Yeah, it was
Benzema carrying us.
cross after cross after cross. Like,
CIA.
Yeah, that was kind of.
basically.
After Varane and Ramos, our defense is still lacking experience. They are all like new, and we need some experience and a good center back because Marcelo is also injured. So we need someone better over there to handle the defense because it is definitely lacking expertise over there.
I do believe once Mendy is back and he's fit, like to play the
Yeah.
whole 90 minutes. I mean,
Ria
he's
made a
rock
great
solid.
point. I think Ria's point further solidifies my opinion on why Zidane was very laid back. In the sense he focused on his defense because he had Ramos and Varane, who he actually could depend on so much, so that like once you set a shot on the back, like even if you don't score many, you could scrape through games. But with Ancelotti, since his defense is pretty much inexperienced, and even if Nacho has been at the club for like almost 10 years now, he still has to rely on Nacho and Militao for most of the games. So I think that's also another reason why we are so free flowing in Ancelotti's this stint. What do you guys think?
You
Yeah.
know, you know what? Ancelotti, Zidane actually had this defense for like pretty much the second half of last season. Nacho and Militao were in the defense. Like Liverpool's both games,
Yeah,
Nacho and Militao
but
were in the center back, and we just let in one goal.
you
But
should put an asterisk like beside last year's Liverpool. You know how Liverpool was
yeah,
last season.
definitely. But like
Like that
even
one.
in other games, Militao and Nacho did not disappoint. They held their own really well.
Oh, yeah, they
You
did.
know, I don't think anybody actually expected them to play this well. So Ancelotti pretty much has the same defense as Zidane had. However, you know, I think it's more or less Ancelotti's play style. Even his first stint at Madrid, when Ramos, Varane, and Pepe were here, Ronaldo was here. He was always just getting. We were always letting in way too many goals. However,
Yeah.
Ancelotti's philosophy is like, you gotta score this many goals, we're gonna score that much more. and that's how
Yeah.
we're gonna
Plus
win
one,
the
whatever
game.
you score.
Yeah,
But
like
That was the
like that attacks may win you games, but with defense you win trophies. So we cannot ignore the fact that we need some work on that area as well. We cannot just let every team come and goal against us like you do so many goals and then we'll do other like multiplied by two. That is not actually that is going to work, because maybe if the other team's defense is might be better, and if our team the attacking team would not be able to attack, then it can be a loss to us. Like
Definitely.
some can perform better like the defense can be really good compared to Madrid.
Ria, I'm gonna have to disagree a bit on there. You said that defense wins us trophies, and last season was only defense, no offense whatsoever, and there we are, trophyless. We didn't win anything.
Well,
So,
it's a-
like, obviously, good defense is crucial, but
It is indeed the backbone of
you
any
know, we have to
team.
find a good balance. We have to find a
yeah,
good
exactly.
balance.
The
Like,
argument rests on
But
finding a balance.
but we
I
can
think
forget that we had 65 injuries as well. Like
that was something.
true.
That was
But
something.
like even without injuries, like we were not able to score goals. And look at
yeah,
Vinicius. Look at Vinicius. I think everyone doubted Vinicius. I doubted Vinicius. I thought that man would not
I said
succeed.
Vinicius is
Like,
finished.
I
but
doubted him to the point that I was banned from the subreddit for a time for a while. So
Oh,
I
really?
mean,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
you can like. I'm so happy to see him like this.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
he's
see,
great. Like I don't think he was. Obviously he was terrible, but I think it's not solely up to him. I think Zidane kind of failed Vinicius over there because Ancelotti's back and Vinicius is playing out of his mind, and I don't think
Yeah.
he just somehow found. He found the shooting over a month or something. I think Ancelotti found it for him. You know?
it was the confidence that the new coach,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
was gave him. At least
That
that
also
was
plays a huge part for sure.
yeah. Even Hazard, for that matter, has been. I mean, he hasn't scored a goal yet, but he's definitely looking better than what he was last season. In fact,
it
last
has
couple of seasons.
that is still not up to the point. I think Bale
Definitely is not up to the point, but
is definitely better pick than Hazard. Bale can perform better for us than Hazard.
I see. I
Definitely.
think the
Oh my God.
subreddit is very divided on Bale. I am
Totally.
on for Bale side. I've always loved the guy.
Definitely. Bale was my golden boy because I remember I joined after Cristiano came. Like I started supporting Real Madrid like after Cristiano came. So Bale was the real big gunman we bought. Like when I, started out
Yes,
watching. So
many goals. Like
Not
even
just the goals.
yeah,
If he's playing well, he'll tear apart defenses like it's nothing.
yeah, he can be like I don't know why they don't last game was started with Hazard and he performed good, but he was still not up to the point. Maybe the one which we have seen him against Chelsea, like with Chelsea, he has not been that Hazard since he has joined Madrid. And somewhere he has always disappointed Madrid fans with that number 7.
I personally think he will never reach that level that he was
Yeah,
at
that's
Chelsea. And I think our subreddit, agrees. Let's take a look at the player ratings poll.
Oh, yeah.
Courtesy of Sujal. The man's amazing.
Thank you,
and
Sujal.
he made
That's-
this.
Yeah.
He has made this so well. Like I think everyone on the subreddit enjoys this, right? Like I look
definitely
forward
it was a
to
welcome addition.
Definitely, it's the
games
best
over.
thing.
Games over. I go to the player ratings poll vote,
Right.
and then I just can't wait until I can see what other people voted and what it is in general. And
And
obviously,
the weekly word cloud of horny. I mean, that's constant.
yeah. Let's see what the biggest word here is. I don't like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's not say that though. I can expect
Excited,
what
good, Benzema, and
Vinicius.
Vinicius. Actually, BDB is here. Yeah, Big Ben.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
obviously Benzema,
Benzema,
amazing.
yeah,
Three goals.
Amazing.
He actually
Beautiful play.
he actually has a record. He just took the record for the highest rated player on the
Did he
player
beat?
ratings poll.
Is that it?
9.85. You know,
It was Vinicius, I
it
believe,
was
before him.
Vinicius before Benzema. It was
The Liverpool
he had
game. Yeah.
9.77, and I have a comment on that post saying, "Can anybody ever beat Vinicius's 9.77?" And here we are, Benzema 9.85, 3 goals, an assist. Honestly, I don't even know why he's not on playing 10 out of 10. But you know, not everyone can agree. Next up is obviously Vinicius, 9.64, a goal, played amazing, got a penalty, and the third and kind of a low point, 6.92, Hazard, obviously. You know, he
Hazard
started
for
out
me,
so well.
like
It was decent performance from him, but I think the rating is fine.
like
It's not too
do,
high.
do you guys think Hazard's injuries like actually forces him to hide in games where he can't completely exert
Yeah,
himself?
I've seen him a lot of times. He has shooting opportunities. He just won't shoot. God knows
Yeah,
why.
he
Same
can't.
thing with
He can't.
Asensio. You know, after his ACL, Hazard and Asensio, they are just afraid to take people on. They're afraid to create moments. They pass whenever they can. Especially Asensio, just not even side pass. He always passes back. Like I was such a huge Asensio fan always, but you know now
Always.
All of
he's
this
kind of
good.
making
All
it
of this
hard
good.
to be his fan and support him. You know, of course, I still try to support him as much as I can, but you know, I've lost faith
Yeah.
in him.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with Hazard. I've kind
I
of lost.
Hazard is one of the
I think
reasons,
Asensio.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
kind
I-
of a
one of
controversial
the
take, but
potential
Asensio will
difference.
still contribute to more than Hazard will.
Definitely.
I
I-
hope not, but I think
100%.
he's gonna get Hazard will get injured soon. I hope not again,
What-
but I think he will.
I think
Well
what if
explained.
Benzema gets like injured or something, or if he's unavailable, who do we have like as a replacement? Like what would Madrid?
Jovic?
Um,
I
what
mean,
There is no replacement, unfortunately.
there is no replacement for
right
BDB.
now? The attack is actually you cannot say that we can be dependent on Vinicius because that is like he has not shown that consistency in the last season.
Yeah,
It has
Sure, for
only
sure,
2 3.
for sure.
Yeah. So
Uh,
if it isn't available, who we can rely on? Is it?
I'm
I think
confidently gonna say if Benzema gets injured, we are in a terrible situation because I don't think Jovic is up for the task, and as a matter of fact, I don't think Jovic will ever be up for the task at Real Madrid. You know, people on our subreddit, I know like I've looked at it, and a lot of people are usually just clinging on to players, and I personally don't think why would we still have you know hopes in Jovic. Like this, Ancelotti is the second coach who has not given Jovic any time, and there has to be a reason for that, right?
There should
And
be a reason.
I think we have already seen the reason. And whenever Jovic has played, he hasn't done anything yet.
You know what the constant moans I read on Twitter or Reddit or anywhere is the fact that people somehow manages to claim that like we don't play through Jovic, like in the sense like how we feed Benzema, how people like move all around him, like create space for him in the middle to drop deep, collect the ball, turn, and like spray passes. Well, Jovic is not that type of striker, but whenever he starts for Real Madrid, like there seems to be a lack of confidence from his side and also from the team side because I don't think anybody trusts him.
Yeah,
Like
no.
nobody
Definitely.
wants to give
You
the
know,
ball to his
actually,
feet.
I've noticed something about Jovic. Whenever we are attacking, Jovic is
Yeah.
kind of like, instead of trying to, open to the pass to, try to receive it and stuff, he gets behind the defender, not to get past him, to hide,
Yeah.
like kind of hide behind him, so
Yeah.
our midfield won't be able to, pass to him, like so he won't lose the ball or something. Last game he played, in the post-match thread on the sub, I saw like a lot of people saying, "Oh, you know what? Jovic was so good. He got that header. Like he was
Yeah.
just doing what he was supposed to be doing, and he just got one header. He didn't score. He didn't create that many
Even
chances.
to be honest, even I was like that because like initially, at least in the like the first 6 months of his tenure with us, like I thought like the club was too harsh on him. The coaches were harsh on him, but eventually it grew on me the fact that like Jovic just doesn't suit Real Madrid. Like it's a harsh reality.
Yeah,
Like
for
like
sure.
it's
I think it is correct what people said. Jovic was playing better than usually, but I think that's not enough. And the fact that people were saying that, like so many people were saying that, we are just like our fan base is just looking for something to
Yes.
you know
that they can go easy on him. Yeah,
yeah
exactly.
so to like see something well in Jovic, like same thing with Odegaard. Like so many people, 3-0. Oh no, never mind. Almost 3-0. I'm watching the Barca game, by the way, people.
Barca.
So, but
So
three goals?
no,
Mia
no,
San
it's
Mia.
still 0-2, unfortunately. Bayern's attacking game. So never mind that. Oh,
What?
oh wow! Every Real
Can I say
Madrid
Mia
fan
San Mia?
should see what Lewandowski just did to Barcelona. Oh my God!
That's it.
That
Mia San Mia. Mia
that
San
put
Mia.
me in a great mood. Thank you.
Right. So this
Who scored the
Wow.
third goal?
What
Who
did
scored
you
the
say?
third?
Another goal?
Another you should have seen that. Lewandowski just destroyed Barcelona. Okay,
Lewandowski?
never mind that.
Oh.
Let's
What?
get back to the topic. Jovic, like from a great striker to Jovic, right?
But like he's still young. Yeah, he has a lot to go. Jovic, he's
But
still young.
so is Vinicius, and he's
Age is on
getting
his side.
so much playtime. Even Rodrigo is younger than Jovic is. Rodrigo is younger than Jovic, and even though he's not getting as much playtime as Vinicius, he's getting way more time. What about Valverde? He's a starter. He's like
Valverde is my favorite player, hands down. I love the dude.
Valverde
Like
is
he
just-
does too good. Like
He just steamrolls.
He got
Sometimes
he got an assist in the Celta game, 7.58
Yeah, he got an
rating.
assist. That was a
You
good
know-
ball.
And then Modric is a beast at 36. Yeah, you can-
Yeah.
Yeah.
his game
Still-
and just
still good.
he doesn't play like he's 36. He's just too
He's the
good.
Rolls Royce of a midfielder. Like it's
I mean,
It's
it
almost-
seems like he's hitting his prime right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I want to talk about Miguel, but before we move on to that, I want to see you guys' reaction to Nacho's rating. Nacho got only gray rating in the ratings. He got
Yeah,
5.23. That's low. That is low. And
I actually don't agree with that. I mean, yeah, he was not great in the game, but
yeah,
that's
I think it's a little too harsh, to be fair.
yeah, a little too harsh. Definitely, at least a 6 he deserves.
I mean, exactly 6, like plain 6. Eder Militao.
He was average. I mean, he was average,
Yeah,
but he wasn't bad.
I think Nacho was a little better than Militao, to be fair.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, I would agree on that.
Because
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say
Especially
this we're gonna transition to Miguel, and here's why I'm gonna say Nacho was better than
Just one quick thing on Nacho.
Militao, because
Just one quick thing,
if you
then we
noticed
can-
last game, most people most attacks were from the left side,
The
from
right-
us,
the right
their
side,
right
yeah.
side,
Miguel, to
from
Miguel.
Miguel's side, because on our right, Carvajal was
Us.
defending. So Carvajal, obviously such a great player, and he had right flank under control more or less. And Miguel is still young. His attack is pretty solid, to be fair. I like him in attack, but his defense is lacking for now. So Nacho had way more to do than Militao did. Obviously, their center backs, they both had to defend a lot, but I think Nacho had had more damage control than Militao did. So I think Nacho definitely deserves a little bit more than Militao, at least the same rating as
What is the
him.
rating for Militao?
What?
It's 6.
Six.
Rating for Militao 6. Okay.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely he's a better player than Militao, actually, I
Yeah.
believe.
For now, he definitely.
Yes, and
Uh,
for last season as well, he was doing very well.
I'll just like to add one more point that Miguel, he was playing on the left side, and whereas Carvajal had the support of Fede Valverde all the time. Like Fede
Yeah.
would always track back and
That's
help
true. That's
Carvajal when Carvajal would make the overlapping runs.
Fedez,
Miguel had Modric. Now, as amazing as Modric is, he
Yeah.
doesn't track back a lot.
Yeah.
Like at least not as much as Fede would. So
Like he
Miguel
would put a
certainly
shift
had.
in, but yeah, he wouldn't track back as much.
Yeah, he wouldn't track back. Like Miguel, like Fede adds that extra bit of stability on the right side that
Definitely.
Modric might not be able to add. So being too harsh on Miguel is I feel wrong. He's definitely great in attacking, and he's a great substitute for when David Alaba is missing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like Marcelo is
playing
just
11?
What?
Are we expecting
Marcelo will
playing 11?
is a
Oh.
great club. Like,
I think we can make our own predictions right now.
Marcelo is kind of it's just so it pains me to see him just drop
pains
so
me
much.
so
I actually think out of on our squad, I think Marcelo right now is the worst player currently, and that
I
says
think
so much.
I'm gonna go with Mariano, but okay.
The thing is, at least Mariano tries.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the thing.
definitely.
Mariano
I
just
mean-
runs around. Even if he runs around like a headless chicken, at least he's trying. He's just bad
He's
and trying.
yeah.
Marcelo is
Actually-
bad and not even trying. He doesn't care.
He will never run back. Once he's got
Yeah, he
in
just stays there.
the
Like,
final third,
you know
he'll
what?
never.
Like I would strongly disagree with that because to say someone who has been at the club since 2007 to claim someone like that, Marcelo, who has done so much for this great club, to actually point the finger and say that he doesn't try is criminal. Because if you look at Mariano and Marcelo, Mariano, yes, runs because he doesn't know what to do. Marcelo doesn't run, in my opinion at least. Like he doesn't run because he knows he wouldn't be able to catch the guy who is sprinting ahead. Simple as that. His more often than not, his injuries has always caught up with him, and now I feel like his age is another.
Is showing. It's
Yeah.
definitely showing.
yeah, but like it's not it doesn't have to do with. Yeah, he's obviously a club legend, and I personally think he is the best left back of all time. Sorry, Roberto.
At least for Madrid, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not questionable.
Yeah.
People can
I
argue.
mean, if
from other clubs,
you can't
but-
even say that for Madrid because it is either Marcelo or Roberto Carlos, and Roberto Carlos played for Madrid. So it is either of those two, and personally, I think Marcelo is the best left back of all time. But right now, he's just not even past
Right.
his prime. He's past his playing career.
Yeah.
It just pains me to see him every time.
he's there to like add as an experience to the team that he can handle the pressure and everything, but he isn't playing up to the mark that we can depend on that left back. I mean, something is missing in his game.
The thing is,
I mean,
he's
definitely,
our
I'll
captain.
put Miguel in front
You
of
should-
Marcelo.
You guys should also take in the fact that, like, if you notice the role that wing backs play in modern football, it's up and down, 24/7, high octane, like pedal to the metal. Like you have absolutely no time to rest. So, like I always thought Marcelo was a brilliant player, like because he knew how to create space, how to make use of the space he was given. So, like, there's no questioning his intelligence on the ball and obviously off the ball as well. But age is an issue.
Yeah.
Like if he was a
I-
midfielder, things would have been different. I feel.
He's the most disappointing player right now because until
For
we
sure.
have Hazard, no one can beat Hazard because Hazard has not even shown anything from him. We cannot expect anything from him, and he hasn't shown anything from the time he has joined Madrid. Like he,
Yeah.
at least Marcelo has given his contribution, and at this point of time, he is unable to. But with Hazard, Hazard has been a complete disappointment since he joined. Nothing.
Okay,
I mean,
I think
Hazard has played better for Belgium than for us.
Yeah.
Somehow he plays just.
Yes.
in
Hazard-
Belgium,
I mean,
it's a different story. You know why?
Yeah, it is a different story.
it
you know.
is. You have like Madridistas cannot accept him as a Madrid player. Like somewhere he is lacking that, and the time he
Yeah.
went, like in the last season, he went with the Chelsea team and he had a laugh, and from that time it kills me to see Hazard playing for us. Like he is somewhere
That rubbed
like
me the wrong way.
Could have been behind the doors. Could have been behind the doors.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that you say any player is disappointing, but no one can be as disappointing as Hazard has been.
Easily the worst transfer of Real Madrid.
Yeah. And he has been given number 7. That is the most worst thing that has been done.
Thing is, he
got
actually
him.
makes Kaká look like a great signing.
Oh my
Kaká
God!
was actually a good signing now.
Apparently he
But-
wasn't. We just didn't know for like 10 years.
The
Like-
mere presence of Kaká actually instilled fear in opposition. Like even if he was like a quarter of the player
I mean,
on the
he
bench,
scored all his goals from outside the box and those beautiful curlers. I cannot forget
he was a
that.
very powerful, intelligent runner. Like Hazard, like if he can't play 1-2s and cut inside, like he's completely,
Yeah.
neutralized in my opinion.
He hasn't even
And-
played minutes for us. Like from last few games, he hasn't even played 90 minutes for a game. Like in a total.
I want to ask the panel one simple question. So Hazard was bought for 100 million euros, as all of you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he was bought in 2019. His contract runs until 2024. Would you sell him for 50 million or 40 million euros next year if someone put the money on the table?
Yeah,
I-
for sure.
Okay.
100% I would. But
just-
no one
who
will.
is-
No one will. No one will pay that much for Hazard.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He will have a free transfer actually, because no one, if his performance in Madrid, he hasn't shown anything, and no one will be willing to see him. I mean, Camavinga is like doing better right now. Like he scored in his debut game, and that he was amazing in that game. He did,
Okay,
like-
you know what? Let's finish up with Hazard, and I actually wanted to talk about Camavinga, but Hazard, I think we'll be lucky to just offload
Celta.
him for free. I
absolutely.
personally. I do want
He's already
for
done.
him to succeed. Obviously, why would I not want him? But I just think he will not succeed, especially if Mbappe comes next year. Oof.
He is a liability. He earns 600k per week. 600k.
That's terrible.
Brothers,
We
600K.
complain about Bale's wages. At least Bale will give us
You know,
10 plus goals
Bale
regardless of
won't
his
play.
injuries.
Obviously, it's his pension plan.
And last
Guaranteed,
note, last thing to note from the Celta game. Obviously, scored 5 goals. It was amazing.
Eduardo
Was
Camavinga.
Eduardo Camavinga, but
Yeah.
people are delighted. Camavinga, such a great signing. Young player. He is probably the future of the club. Along with Valverde, and
Valverde,
people
yeah.
at the sub like to point out Blanco, and the 2 games I watched Blanco play. He was good, but it's too early to call Blanco the future of the club. We'll get there. I hope so. Camavinga Celta game. He scored on his debut. People are just so happy with that. But
Yeah.
I would like to analyze his game and dive a little bit deeper than his goal.
Yeah.
Scoring
Yeah.
a goal in your debut is just such a amazing feat. But he was. I would say he was pretty bad. The whole game. Of course, the sub
I think
voted
he was
him.
nervous.
He
more
was
than
sub
being bad.
noted him is probably like look at that little orange there. It's
Yeah,
probably like
impactful, I think.
95%,
I
97%.
have never seen that level of impactful on
impactful.
these
97, 8% impactful. And obviously he was impactful. He scored a goal. That's of course, that's impactful. However, his goal was basically Modric just created that goal. Camavinga finished it after the goalie saved it, and you need to be there, and you need to just put that past the goalie anyways, even if he's not in the goal. You need to put that in the net. But let's leave the goal off a bit. I want to see he lost possession most of the time he actually had it.
Yeah.
And it's not like he just lost possession while he was trying to attack or something. He lost the ball unnecessary in very unnecessary situations and in dangerous positions. He was we can probably blame that on the fact that it was his Real Madrid debut and he was nervous.
The Farmers League is going to be definitely
different.
And
he's just 18 years old. Of course he's gonna be nervous. We remember how Alaba played. He was amazing in the first game, but he's an experienced player. He has won
Alaba has, in this situation,
Alaba has more trophies than Camavinga has years in his life.
Yeah.
But still, it was. I would say if Camavinga didn't score that goal, that would be a very, very disappointing, not even average. It would be a very disappointing debut, to be honest.
Yeah. But then it was the first game back in Bernabeu. I think I'll give him a pass for this one.
Yeah, definitely I'm giving him a pass.
It's never. I mean, it's not easy for someone like Bale to play in Bernabeu. I mean, let alone someone. So he's just a kid.
No, give him some time to touch him. So yeah, he can get that.
To be fair, he had his moments. A few.
Definitely, that was what I was gonna add. Yeah, he definitely had flashes of brilliance here and there.
Some mistakes.
He's one to watch for sure.
It was against Celta, so we can take that risk, but we cannot afford that risk against other teams like
Inter, for example.
The top teams.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's see what we have for some time and give some rest to Modric. He deserves it. He has been playing like endlessly for every match for 90 minutes. He doesn't even get a sub. So finally, he can get some rest in some matches where we are already on.
Also, Kroos's situation is people have no idea when he's going to actually return. That's concerning.
Even someone I saw on Twitter that someone has posted Kroos said that injury is deep, so I have no idea when it will be fine, but I'm trying to be trying my best to be there as ASAP. So
my personal opinion is that Kroos will be back in October. That's what I think for now. And I hope he will be.
Hope he plays the Clasico for sure.
That's the
end of October.
We're gonna need him. We're definitely gonna need him, especially if we're scoring 5 goals without Kroos. Imagine.
Yeah, just imagine.
This is a Kroos shirt, by the way. I have Kroos on the back.
Kroos. Yeah, and we have 3 midfielders which are the signature midfielders of Madrid: Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, and we cannot afford to miss any of them in big matches. The coming on El Clasico on 24th of October, we need Kroos before that. Otherwise, it won't be that much fun, and it won't be
watching. Scoring against Barca, it won't be same.
You won't enjoy scoring against Barca with Vinicius or something. You need these players, the legendary players.
You need a long ball from Kroos to Benzema, a beautiful header.
Right. I would like to see Bale as well in that game. Yeah.
I will like to see his run again. The defense is.
Yeah.
Not 24 hours from now, Real Madrid will play Inter. And I'm actually more afraid of Inter this year than I was last year, and here's why. Inter has, they kind of sold their best people Lukaku's gone, Hakimi's
Yes,
gone.
Hakimi.
yeah.
Well, coach is not
Basically,
there anymore.
the three guys who won them the championship
Yeah,
have gone.
definitely. And that's actually why I am afraid of Inter, because they're weaker now. And
Yeah.
we usually
And
tend
it's
to kind of
Madrid.
underestimate our opponent
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's a USP.
Yeah,
No, actually not. Like if you cannot underestimate any team right now, because Manchester lost to young boys and then realized
One
God,
Bissaka ruined that game, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even understand why they subbed him, but that's like why they subbed Cristiano and Bruno. There was no point to sub them at that point of time. But yeah,
It's
let's
Ole
not go over there.
makes questionable decisions. I think Ole does not. Ole is a great coach before the game actually starts. During the game, he's terrible. I think he lost the Europa League to Villarreal. Manchester United did not lose it. Ole did 100%.
Yeah, so coming to
So we should definitely try to outplay Inter, and I would love to see Vidal cry again, so much.
always,
Definitely.
not just in general. I like to see him cry 365 days.
I want to
every year.
win the game because it's Real Madrid playing, and I want
And it's
us to win.
homecoming for Carlo.
I
It's
want
San Siro.
us to win because it's Champions League, but most importantly, I want us to win so Vidal can never ever get the satisfaction again of defeating Real Madrid.
Like, if
I
I'll be
hate
honest,
that player with like a passion.
like I understand. He should be hated and rightfully so. But in my opinion, Vidal is not the guy we should be focusing on. The people we should be
It's
focusing on is Barella.
Oh yeah.
And
oh,
Barella, in my opinion, is one of, or if not the best midfielder under 23 in the world, because he just controls the game, makes those incisive runs, provides assists, scores bangers. Like if you have already seen the Euros,
Yeah.
you'll know
Yeah.
like how impactful he is. And
He was named the Serie A player of the year, right? Or he was midfielder of the
I'm not
year.
sure
I
on
mean,
that.
he was
I
definitely
think he was the midfielder.
midfielder of the
He's
year.
not the
Yeah,
best.
he's
He was.
scary. He's scary, definitely. I would actually love us if we would buy him. To be honest, Barella, Camavinga,
Honestly, yeah.
and
there
Fede.
were discussions
That is-
starting in the
That would be
Darula
amazing.
and Alvade would be a perfect blend, like right in the
You know.
middle. Like they would complement each other so well.
And if
'Cause-
Blanco would actually become a good midfielder for us, like we had Modric, Casemiro, Kroos, and Isco, it would be Camavinga, Fede Valverde, Nicolo Barella, and Blanco. That sounds great.
that's not great.
But
Yeah.
I'm not still convinced on Blanco. Like
Not yet,
Like,
obviously
Fede-
not.
yeah.
That was the most hypothetical out of all four of them.
Yeah.
Even like Camavinga. We
Mm.
don't we've heard he's such a great player, so talented, this that, and many people
Yeah.
say that he is and he was in League One.
Yeah,
I haven't watched
Ha-
League One.
We have a player who was very, very successful for many, many years on our team, and we already discussed him. I just hope we will never have to discuss Camavinga like we did discuss Hazard just about now.
no, we won't.
So
I
I
have some
really
faith
hope
in
that, yeah.
He's the young dude. He'll
yeah.
gel just fine.
The age is also a factor. He just came too early to Real Madrid, and like Hazard was too late to join. So like he had
Very
that
good.
like the feelings of a dream club and the passion towards Real Madrid. So even if he loses his form, I think he will be able to get it. He has that space in his age. Like he is not like too old to lose a form, and then it won't be
Yeah.
it happen that he won't get it back. But in Hazard's case, it's hard to get it back because he has gone too far right now.
He's 30,
That has
but
sailed
you're on
actually.
the wrong side of 30.
Yeah,
It's
so like that ship has sailed, but Kamavinga, we can still hope on him. Keep some hopes.
mm,
It's like Vinicius. Like even Vinicius was last year was very disappointing. Like he missed some chances which were like not even 2 yards away. Like what? That was very questionable. That how did he miss that? Being like on the wing
yeah,
side, Benzema and like such great players, Cruz and Modric keep giving him pass like it's so easy passes and still he missed it. So we don't. I don't think so that we can like so much doubt on Kamavinga right now. He's just young.
yeah.
Can
Hopefully
give-
that is behind Vinicius. I
Yeah.
just really hope
Hopefully,
this
I
is
mean,
a
some
form he
players,
will be consistent with.
I still think that we need to watch some more games from Vinicius to say that he is a very brilliant player because the, it has been only 3-4 games right now and he has performed really well. But we need this form for like a longer range.
Yeah,
Like yeah,
consistency wins
Is the key.
trophies.
Is the key.
yeah.
So
just one thing, Noto, before you go on. Like, what is the time at like the the recording?
we have been on for 41 minutes.
41 minutes.
Yeah.
So we should be rounding up in less than 20.
Yeah,
And we
around
have
that. I
talked
think,
about stuff.
yeah, I was just about to move on to
Inter game,
the
definitely.
lineup
Predicted
predictions.
lineups?
And Sinead, I wanted to ask you, what do you think will our starting lineup will be?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same question.
The starting lineup. Well, before we get to the starting lineup, don't you think we should look at Inter from an opponent's perspective? Like, how would they shape up? Like, don't you think?
I haven't seen a lot of Serie A games recently, so I'm
I
not very
have.
sure
So
how.
I have an idea like how they would actually line up. The thing is, Inter, ever since Conte and also before that, they were very fond of the 3-5-2. So they're going to be sticking with that. And it is going to be difficult to break them down. Like, if you've seen Inter's performances last season, even though they scored a lot of goals, they never conceded many. And it's
Hmm.
down to the fact that they play very narrow, direct, and, like, tries to pull the opposition's wing back from the starting positions always. And key to that are their wing backs. Are their wing backs, especially the new guy, DiMarco. If you saw him score a banger a couple of days ago, a free kick like against Sampdoria,
Yeah.
he was phenomenal. Like, he can play on either side. You can see him pop up on the left, on the right. So I really fear for Miguel Gutierrez if he's going to actually be starting, because he'll have to be on this guy. Like, if we want to find any joy down the flanks, because he can attack and he can defend. Likewise, Dumfries, the guy from PSV, who is one of the most exciting wing backs in the world at the moment. If you don't know, he's Dutch. He's also very powerful, pretty quick, very nifty with his footwork. He can actually do a job as well. So if I think if we pin their fullbacks back enough, I think it'll be an easier game than many of us would think. Because Simeone Inzaghi, although he's a great manager, has a lot of experience managing Lazio for many years. I don't think he is your Antonio Conte, and I don't think he is the guy for the big occasion. And tomorrow might be the perfect opinion to spoil his, the big team party. Uh, Also, like, if you guys have heard of Dzeko, I
Yeah,
probably think you must know Dzeko, because Dzeko gets goals even when things don't look like it's going his team's way. Dzeko
it's a
turns
very
up.
good finisher. Very, very good finisher.
Dzeko is a very good finisher. Like, if you check his shot conversion rate, it's mental. Like, the amount of goals he scores, which he has no right to, is crazy.
There is no way
Also, yeah,
Inter as
go on.
like opponent. Like there is no way we have to. treat them as a top scorer as well, because we cannot treat them as Celta. Even Celta was able to score 2 goals against us, which wasn't expected. So yeah, Inter can be a little tough on us.
Definitely. They have Lautaro Martinez, who is one of the best young strikers in the world. He
Not an
misses a
issue.
lot, but
They have
yeah.
was like not an issue because they already have too many good players apart from him as well.
Yeah. They also have Correa from Lazio.
Atleti. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
He joined not that's Angel Correa, this is Joaquin
I'm so
Correa.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. He joined on loan, a season long loan last year. He has got 2 goals in his 2 appearances. Lautaro Martinez has got 2 goals in his 2 appearances. Pereira is the guy who stands out. He has 3 appearances and 3 assists, and man of the matches in 2 of them. So his influence from the midfield will be a great factor, like for them, and I hope we can nullify them. What would you think should be our lineup? Like I'll ask you guys first, and then provide mine. Like if you're going against the 3-5-2, what would you
Okay.
guys put up?
Before we are gonna move on to the starting lineup, I'm gonna read the actual squad list.
Okay.
As you can see, it's from the Real Madrid Twitter, and our sub just hates this design. Squad on the grass.
need
For
to
good
fire
reason.
you.
For
That's
good reason.
so
I don't like
bad.
it.
Yeah,
They need to
this
fire you.
like it's Real Madrid. Come on, it's such a
Okay, let me get
amateur.
something in. Let me get something in, Nodo.
Yeah.
Talking about designing guys, at least the Real Madrid designer didn't quit his job like the one we had yesterday. You know,
Okay, yeah.
he did clean up on
Let's not
steel.
get that. Let's not get into that.
No, I think Manchester is doing a really great job these days. Like after every
Oh,
final,
yeah.
they have a
There.
post on Ronaldo. Like literally, after every you scroll down and you'll see a
Yeah.
Manchester post on Ronaldo. They have been obsessed with him,
I mean,
crazy for him.
I
Like
Well,
think
they need to make
they
money. They need to
anticipated
make
he'll
money.
score goals. So, I mean, it wasn't a brainer for them to already come up with stuff.
Okay, let me read the squad list.
Yeah.
Let's say starting 11. Yeah. Goalkeepers: Courtois, Lunin, Tony, Diaz. Defenders: Carvajal, Militao, Alaba. He's back. That's great. So I think he's gonna be playing instead of Miguel this time.
And that's
That's good. That's a relief.
Vallejo.
Vallejo. Oh, he's the worst player. He's the
Yeah, possibly. Nacho and Miguel. Midfielders are Modric, Casemiro, Valverde, Lucas Vasquez. They're including him as a midfielder now because I guess since he's playing
Like
as
that guy.
an attacker or a defender, they just put him in the middle or something. I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
too great. He's
The
too good.
the goat.
goat quiz.
Isco. Yeah. Let's
That's
not
good.
much to say there. Camavinga and Blanco. Blanco, I feel bad for Blanco. He's been with the first team for the whole season, not a minute playtime,
And
and
then
he's not a goalkeeper.
then-
For goalkeepers it's expected. He's a midfielder. Okay, and attackers: Hazard, Benzema, Asensio, Jovic, Vinicius, Rodrigo, and to finish off the list, Mariano.
Goat Mariano.
A Celta game, I actually, on the sub pre-match thread, there was a prediction. On the right wing, they were expecting Lucas Vasquez to play. Vinicius, Benzema, and Lucas Vasquez, if I remember correctly. But I actually predicted that lineup, and I was surprised. I said, exactly the same lineup. I knew Carlo would play both Vinicius and Hazard at the same time, and Vini would be on the left, and Hazard would be just kind of roaming around. And I think this time it's gonna be the same lineup, except instead of Miguel,
Alaba.
there will be
Yeah.
Alaba. I think that's
Yeah.
the starting lineup.
why Bale isn't there in the attackers? Like why is
Bale
he?
got
He's
injured
injured.
after
He's
the
injured.
international break
Wales. He scored an hat trick over there, right? He
Yep.
scored one.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Oh
did.
yeah, a brilliant one.
Yeah, brilliant one. Like in the like the 95 minute or something, like he scored his third
Yeah, a
goal. I
winner. Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Does anybody think we're gonna have a different lineup?
No.
I don't think so, but I think
I do.
this is just out there. I think instead of Modric, he might start Isco. That's just it's
My
Isco,
God.
That's a
Casemiro,
good
and
shout.
Valverde.
That's a good
Possible.
shout.
Oh
That's a good
God.
shout.
If even Isco is not in his best form, yeah.
But I think under Carlo, he has been playing. I mean, much better than what he was playing under Zidane. If you
Uh,
can't.
Yeah,
he,
He was very disappointing under Zidane. Like he,
Isco's first game was actually decent, really good.
Actually, I liked it. Yeah,
Yeah,
first game he was
But
this
decent.
season, right?
second game he was back to his usual self, sadly.
Yeah.
Bit
So
shaky, a bit shaky. But
Always been a matter of consistency for Isco.
he can hold the ball. That's his trait. If
Yeah.
we'll see, I think that's just one thing I believe that Isco might start in front of Modric, just because I think Modric might come off as a super sub or something like that.
Yeah, I think that would be not a bad decision because, Modric's energy and pressing, like, it could be useful towards the end of the game. You
Mhm.
know, Isco is a passive presser.
I mean, for energy, we have Valverde.
We need Valverde to, keep tabs on Barella.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
He'll
we
be
can't even
perfect
Definitely.
as
afford
well.
to sub him. Yeah, it's and we can't even afford to sub him.
No, no,
So yeah,
no. I think this season, this is Valverde's season where he'll play 90 minutes throughout.
yeah,
Yeah.
Even I think after Cruz is back, I think it'll be between Cruz and Modric. They'll keep switching.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And Valverde is the sort of player who can actually get on into the wing, even if, KCM
and
starts.
he
He's
looks
undroppable.
experienced as well on the field.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I mean, I do believe he's the next captain. Like after Sergio Ramos, he has
Yeah.
that spirit, that Madrid
Exactly.
DNA that we talk about. It's
Valverde,
Valverde.
don't you think Carvajal is the next line in caps?
No, definitely. Like, but
Yeah.
I feel once Carvajal is,
He
I
means
mean,
probably in like
sooner.
long term, right?
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
long-term captain,
Yeah.
someone will stay with the club for a decent amount of time. Like
Mm.
Ramos, after Casillas, Ramos took over the captaincy.
Ramos was yeah. Let's
When
not go with
when Carvajal will have to take over as a captain, it will be probably Benzema before, and I think when Carvajal will have to take over, it will be he'll be like 31, 32, if not more, and
Yeah.
In his position, that's about
his injury
retirement age.
record does not
Yeah.
bode well for his longevity, which is bad because he's such a great right back. But anyways, speaking of Inter game, does any of you think we're not gonna win the game?
Not really.
Yeah,
Can we have
that-
a goal prediction? I will really like
If
that.
we need to win the game, like
Yeah.
I didn't put my change in the lineup.
Okay.
The, the right wing has to be Rodrigo, in my opinion, and not Hazard. Like if we
Hmm.
have to have,
Actually, Rodrigo
something
played really
crossed up.
well against Inter last year.
Yeah, definitely played really.
He did, but I still don't trust the guy.
Rodrigo
That's
is
the
kind of
thing.
a Champions League man, right? He always
Yeah,
delivers
yeah,
in
Yeah,
Champions
he's
Leagues.
the guy for
yeah,
the
he
big
always
occasion.
does.
he has shown good form last season. Yeah. The amount of time he has played or Zidane has made him play, he has shown a good performance.
Remember the Galatasaray crashing?
Oh my
Rodrigo was
God, yeah,
phenomenal.
hat trick there.
Yeah, he
So
was really
like
good.
what, Sinead, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think will be the final score?
I'll put my chest out and say 2-1 Madrid.
2-1 Madrid. Okay. What about Ria?
Even I agree with Sunay that it will be either like 2-1 or I'm thinking 0-1. It's not going to be a huge difference, I believe.
Ritvik?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's gonna be 4-1. Couple for Benz, one for Vinicius, and maybe just throw in Valverde for the fourth one.
It's at San Siro, bro, and the fans are back.
I would say we will win 2-3. And I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game, like pretty much all our games this season, except for one. But like I think we're gonna like start out carefully, both teams. Since it's the first game in the Champions League, and I think second half will be a riot. Like this season, pretty much all the interesting stuff happens in the second half. I think it's like either team will be up 1-0 in the first half, and I think the rest 4 goals will come in second half.
If you actually look at it, Ancelotti's halftime team talks are something like, I have disabled the brakes. The brakes are off.
Yeah.
You guys just can,
Go.
do your thing.
Ancelotti does some magic during halftime.
I was so pissed, like against Celta, like we were 2-1 down, and it didn't like even though Benzema scored a goal and it was called off. I was still unsure about our defense, but really happy, how it all turned out.
Yeah.
In the end.
So I think I've observed something. It's like the first half, Madrid is like no defense. It's just vibe. People are just there in the back line, just chilling. Something happens in the second half.
Around, right? Casually
They get some grip. So it's fine. I think Carlo going back to San Siro, that's a big thing too for him.
Yeah, he'll have a chip on his shoulder because it's against Inter.
He'll have something to prove. He'll have something to prove.
He is someone who has won the Champions League as the manager and the player with.
And as a player with Milan in San Siro.
You should actually check his goal out. Like, go on YouTube. Just type in Don Carlo Ancelotti. Goal versus Madrid.
Yeah.
That's a banger. One for the ages. You guys gotta see it.
I mean, he's one of the best players in his days, in his position.
Well, sorry, we didn't get that.
Yeah.
We should pack it up and save something next for our next game. We have already discussed Inter in this podcast a lot.
Yeah, so it looks like that's a wrap. I think next episode we're gonna be discussing the aftermath of the game, and I really hope we're gonna be celebrating the game and not we won't have, like, if we're probably gonna have more to talk about if we lose, but I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk a lot if that's the case, So I think if nobody else has anything to add towards tomorrow's game, I think that will be all. We're gonna have to say goodbye for now, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
One thing, Noro.
Yeah.
Before we wind up, Noro, 1 second. One thing. I just wanted, to anyone who's watching, this is our very first attempt at a podcast. So I hope you guys would be, going easy on us, because most of us are like pretty much borderline novices to this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And
it's a general discussion. It's just a general discussion. It's nothing like we are going like tactically correct.
Yeah,
like, we are just having a
give us
general
suggestions. Like
this is our sub with cameras and microphones, pretty much. My camera is actually terrible for now. Until I get a better one, and I'm planning on doing it soon. We're just this is our first time doing it. We came up with this yesterday. This was Sinead's dream, as I'm aware, and I'm just happy to be here while we're trying to make his dream come true. And I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast, and I hope you are looking forward to tuning into more episodes. Yeah, because we're definitely I personally enjoyed this episode a lot, and I hope we get to do this a lot, and I really do wish everybody on the sub will be happy with this. And if you have any suggestions, of course, we're gonna probably post we're gonna post the link tomorrow after we upload it. So we can probably discuss everything on the Reddit on our sub. So again, yeah.
Before we sign on, Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.
And
Thank you
in
for.
the meanwhile, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you
yeah,
all
yeah.
for tuning in.
Oh my
and,
God, listen.
we will be back with the next episode after the Inter game. Hala Madrid, everybody. Goodbye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.